Guys, how's it going? It's JB here again. Just wanted to show you this really cool, simple beginner's logo design startup with some typography, and it's using Adobe Illustrator, my favorite program, probably one of yours as well. And let's get going. Okay, here's the final look. I'm going to show you how to do this really simply. Let's try to do this in under 10 minutes. Okay, one of my favorite font sites is, just going to minimize that. We're going to go to defont.com. All right, now Defont is one of my favorite websites for grabbing fonts or quick graphics, things like that. I'm going to go to, which one do I go to here? We're going to go to music. Okay, so if you look in all these categories, they've got one called music. And it's the most popular one, which I've just previously downloaded, but you can download here. Thanks to, save that. Take a sneak peek at these characters while that's downloading. Whoa. Let's go to that. There we go. And thanks to Woodcutter for letting us use this for this tutorial. Supplying these images, just great little icons for any cool little DJ style project or logo design. Okay, so we've got that logo. We're going to go and download that. So we'll go to our Finder, go to Downloads, and if you get a zip file, you just double click to unlock or unzip and open up the TTF, True Type Font. There you go. Now we're going to open up a new canvas in Illustrator. We'll make it landscape and we'll make it letter size. That looks good. Okay, so what I do is I just basically type in a bunch of letters. Now if you want to check the characters, you can go back to the font and check your glyphs. So there's other ways to do this, but usually I'll just type in a few. Change that font over to DJ and just type in DJ icon. So I'll pick out a couple of my favorite. So remember, these are characters, so they're still not shapes. Oops. Copy. Just copying and pasting them into separate. Paste. Use this one in the copy, paste, and copy, paste. Okay. You can take that font set, throw it to the side, and then maybe take your favorites, make them a little bit bigger. Bring them together. Let's turn off smart guides for now, just to keep from all that green lines coming up. Okay, so I'll actually just pick 4 of these to go with. So we'll take this one, and this one. Okay. So we're going to be a little bit creative and use a little bit of work that's already been given to us by this type designer. Again, this is just a tutorial, so it would be great if you could actually create your own icons, your own symbols, your own shapes. Please do that. Find that that's the best way to start up any design. But for now, this is just our reference. Okay. Now, let's take this, and we're just going to bring it to the top. If you want to change the color, you can easily change the color. If you want to modify or change any of this type, remember this is still type. So if you try to manipulate it, it's going to be pretty difficult. So if you want to change anything up, you're going to go to type, create outlines. Okay, so maybe you want to get rid of these. Maybe you want to get rid of those wires. Okay, and we're just going to go clean that up a bit. Something like that. So you can do that by converting your type to outlines. Okay, next, I'm just going to go back to my reference file. You're going to type in your last name or any name, 2 sets of fonts. I find that whenever you create, just type in my last name here. Whoop. Still in that DJ font set. And let's use Avenir. I've been using Avenir quite a bit lately. I just find it's a good kind of midstream font for everything. Okay. Below us, sound. Okay. So we can do that. And then we're going to duplicate this. And we can type in the word incorporated or enterprises or whatever. We're going to center that type as well. Make sure you're going to paragraph centered. And if you want to align everything, you can go to your align tool. It's a really handy thing. Keeps everything centered. Okay, so we'll start that one at the top. Okay, now anytime you have fonts together, okay, with a header and a subheader, you want to make sure that you're contrasting those fonts. So it doesn't mean you have to choose a different font. It just means there should be some type of contrast. So the way I do this is I'll go from a bold to a light. And I'll add kerning. So I'm adding kerning on the fly here. See, I'm really exaggerating my kerning. Or tracking. Some people call it tracking. I tend to call it kerning. Same idea. Kerning is really just between 2 letters. Tracking is an entire line. Okay, so there you go. You got a pretty nice start to a logo. Now, it's trendy, or it's more designed to maybe leave a space out or not have a space, so you can change the opacity of that color and still stay with that same color palette, right? So you're still working with just one single color here. So that's cool. Or you can add colors in if you'd like. Maybe make that icon a little bit bigger. Okay. So there you go. We're just going to place that over here. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to just duplicate that 3 times. Oops. Farther apart. And power duplicate. All I'm doing there is I'm holding Option and Shift and dragging. And that creates a duplicate. And on the second time where I did that real quick jump, I went to Command D or Apple D or power duplicate. And that repeats any last step you have. Let's make those a little bit bigger. And it's incredible if you create something like this, you take it to a client, they're blown away by what you can do here. And really we haven't done a whole lot of work. We're just trying out some different things. You could use this same technique for any company, whether you're working in real estate or creating your own logo for graphic design. It's all going to work for you. Let's go back to my reference. Oh, below us, that's what I did for that one. Okay, so this one, Actually use that for one of the letters. Sometimes you'll notice when you grab fonts from a font set or characters from a font set, if you actually make those shapes big, I'm going to create outlines there. The shapes they were built from originally are probably sometimes maybe created from a live trace, so you get these jaggy looking shapes. So you can go in and create those yourself. It's easy enough, just duplicate those with a rectangle, whatever. I'm just going to go in and actually change this up a little bit. Get rid of some of these. Fix these up. When I was doing this the first time, I noticed that there was kind of a B shape here. So what you can do, if you get an object or a shape that's not letting you ungroup, probably because it's embedded into a compound path. If you go to Object, Compound Path, Release, and ungroup, then you'll be able to dissect that object a little bit better. Okay? So you can go up here and you can fix these up. Fix those up. I won't go into detail on that now, but I'm just going to quickly tidy that up. Tidy this up and fix these shapes here. And in here, like I said earlier, I saw a B shape, so what I'll do is I'm just going to lock those two shapes here. Object, lock selection, and zoom in. And you could always take a letter here and just type a letter, a serif letter in. Duplicate that down. That sort of looks like a B. Negative space. And you can eyedrop that from the sound. And that customizes that to just give it a little bit of personality. One of those little hidden parts of a logo. This is fine by itself. I find that the neck part of this was maybe a little too much, so I can go to Type, Create Outlines, and just get rid of that bottom part. Move that down. That looks good. And this one we'll try something a little different. We're actually going to take out the we'll do that. Just adjusting my lighting on the fly there. You can convert those to outlines, or you can just create a space there, or add some kerning just to have it equaled out. Move that to the back. Grab that record. Scale that up. A little bit more. There you go. Now, if you get an overlap, what I do there, convert that to a shape. Create outlines. Almost done here, guys. You can always just go to your pen tool. I don't know if you saw me do that really quick. And I can't see the outline of that because it's not outlined, so I'll go back and create outlines for that. And there, now I can see through my shape. And you could always create a little contour shape there. And let's go to our, ooh, I like this tool. Really handy. There you go. So that customizes it. And I think we are done. Wow. So take that to your customers or practice that and then build with icons or shapes. That's all there is to it. Oh. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. We love our Illustrator. Okay? Have a great day. Talk to you later.